Hey everyone, welcome in. This is Julie Maxon, the Maine Stamper. I am here for your weekly card class from Maine. And just before I went live, checking my microphone one more time. Just before I went live, 8 o'clock, I'm on time, but my microphone wasn't working and I had a really quick panic attack because the microphone wasn't working. I believe we are good now. When you see me and hear me, say hello. I would love to know that I am in the right spot. My mic is working, my camera's working, and we are a go for our weekly card class from Maine. Welcome, welcome again. This is your card class featuring the Silly Geese stamp set. I think it's called Silly Goose. It is called Silly Goose, but we're using more than one goose tonight. That makes them Silly Geese. So we're using Silly Goose stamp set. We're also using Conversation Bubbles. And so I'm combining the two, and we're going to talk about why I'm combining the two in a little bit here. But I'm going to see if we can't find my cards right here. So we're going to be playing with Silly Geese. This is one. So you can see the conversation bubbles. These geese are all having a little something to say. They're telling us what is on their mind. And then I've got this one, which is really cute too. So this is going to be our card class tonight. It's going to be a really sweet and awesome card class. And we, again, are featuring Silly Goose stamp set and the Conversation Bubbles bundle. Woo! You know, I've been Dr. Seussing it up all weekend because we had the grandkids and we have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we were doing a lot of Dr. Seussing this weekend. You would think that I would be able to get through these tongue twisters. And of course, our preteen granddaughter, Isabella, was such a great help as well. All right, let me get over to my workspace. We're going to start talking about what we're doing today because there's lots going on. Now, I realize it's Monday. It's a holiday in the U.S. It is President's Day. And so it's a little bit different kind of a day, right? I had the day off, spent most of it in my craft room, and still didn't get everything done that I wanted to do. That is the story of my life, right? So here again is the Silly Goose stamp set. Really cute. There are 4 goose images. So this is one right here. And again, we have that one. It looks just like this when we stamp it. So it's kind of like a two geese in one image. We've got this really cute one in the pool with a little froggy, which I haven't played with, but I will be later on this week. I'm going to play with this one. I'm really excited about trying that out, showing you a bonus card with that. We've got the little balloon goose, and we've got the thankful goose. And of course, there's lots of sentiments in here, but I didn't want to just use these sentiments. I wanted to really focus on the conversation bubbles. And I know my granddaughter is so excited about this set. She keeps begging her mom, you've got to order the set. She really wants this. So this is really it gives you an idea of the how this may be used. So if you've got preteens, you've got kids, they're going to love this because this is right up their alley. Now, I used it on my cards today, kind of like a cartoon type card, right? So all of my geese have the little bubbles and they're all saying something to each other, which is really cute. I'm going to show you a couple of alternate cards all week. I've already done a couple, but the Conversation Bubbles is a great stamp set and dies. You can use just the stamps. You can use just the dies. They're really actually kind of cool. I have been just tiptoeing into them a little bit this week. So I've got a lot more to do. The Silly Goose stamp set is on page 27. This is in your January to April mini catalog, in case you're wondering where they are. The Conversation Bubbles are on page 39. So I wanted to show you where they were in the catalog and remind you that Celebration is ending very soon, next week actually. So Celebration ends next week. So if you are ordering $50 or more, you're going to be able to pick out a great prize. Now let's talk about prizes for the week, right? So you know that when you order with me through the week, and I offer my ordering specials, you are going to be able to make 2 each of these 3 cards. So I'm going to send you 6 card kits. They're going to have all the parts and pieces just like this. We're going to talk about all those great parts and pieces in a little bit. But if you order $50, I'm actually going to send you more than just those 6 card kits. And of course, you're going to get a Celebration item because Stampin' Up is giving you the Celebration item. I'm going to be gifting you with some Enjoy the Adventure Memories and More cards and envelopes, and some Enjoy the Adventure Memories and More card pack pieces. So I just wanted to show you that how they come. They come bundled up like this. They are actually, I believe they're $10 each. I should have looked that up. I think they're $10 a piece. Let us check that very quickly. I hate to give you wrong information. They are they in here? Where are they in here? Please hold while I scrounge through the book. I'm pretty sure they're in here, right? Yes, yes. This is me trying to figure it out. Here they are on page 73. $10 each. Yes. Okay. So $10 each. So if you wanted to order a full set, you would have to pay $20 to get a full set. Now, I'm not sending you a full set. I'm sending you partials, but here's what you're going to get from me with your $50 order. I'm going to send you 6 of these envelopes that look like this. They're really fun. And 6 card bases. So you're going to get 3 of each color because this is what is actually in the pack. So you're going to get, normally you're going to get more than 6, but because I'm sending you a partial pack as your incentive gift, then you're getting 3 each of this color, which is mint macaron and balmy blue, and you're getting 3 each of the combination, which is more petal pink and mango, which is a really fun color combo. Of course, the envelopes are awesome. I did fold up a couple of the cards just so you can see. They are bigger than the A2 card size, so they are a little bit bigger, which is nice if you're looking for something a little bit roomier. They are pre-scored and they are white on the inside, so you don't have to worry about any inserts, anything like that. And then along with your card bases that you're going to get from me, you're going to get just some of these little card packs. So these come in different sizes. These are 3x4 sizes, so they are double-sided. You're going to get a variety. So you're not everyone's going to get the exact same one. I love the puppy dog, of course, right? We have to have the puppy dog. And these are just a lot of fun. These are the smaller 3x4s. You're going to get 6 of those. You're going to get some of the larger ones as well. Actually, these are, I think, 4x6. These are 4x6s. And again, these are double-sided. You're going to get 6 of them. So you can decide for yourself how you want these to go on your card bases. So you're going to be able to use these up, and then I'm also going to send you 2 of the sticker sheets. Now these come in each pack gets 2 sticker sheets when you buy the Memories and More cards. There's actually 2 sticker sheets in one package, but I'm sending you 2 sticker sheets because I have plenty to share. So this is your extra little bonus gift. You're getting 6 of these cards, card bases, envelopes, and a whole bunch of the different little Memories and More cards. And I just wanted to show you some of the things that you can do with some of these cards. So this one is the blue base, and I took a big paper. I took a small one. I did add extra balmy blue cardstock. I added a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 behind this just to lift that a little bit. And then for the opposite color here, pretty much did the same thing. So I took a big one for the behind, and I took a smaller one here for the front. Again, I put a Mango Melody layer here. I just added some twine for that one. So that's a way that you can do these if you get them at home. And then you can also do other things with them too. So again, I'm going to just pull in one of each. On these 2, I actually used 2 of the mini cards. I'm trying to remember what I did on these ones. I actually used 2 of the mini cards. And so for this one, for example, I layered a couple of them together like so. And then I split the difference here with a piece of cardstock. So that one just came together really nicely, easily. And this one, I actually have this one in the front that you see is white is one card, and the stripy one in the back is another card. And I actually did a little trick with that to make that work out. And I'm going to be sharing that this week on Facebook. For the last ones here, I did, again, I grabbed a piece of black cardstock, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, to go behind each of the smaller cards. This one, I punched out some hearts from the Country Bouquet punch, added a nice little black and white gingham ribbon there. And then this one, again, I've got some of this ribbon here that's wrapped around and tied here. And these are shortcuts. We were talking a little bit earlier today about who uses shortcuts. February is a short month. I'm going to start talking about shortcuts for the rest of this month. So these are shortcuts. This one would look really cute on here too. So when you get these in, you can actually add a little cardstock and then just put them on a base, and you're pretty much ready to go. Again, they're 2-sided, so you can choose which side you want. You can also use stickers. So I could have put any of these stickers on here, but I'm saving them for you, for your orders. So I didn't want to use up any of the stickers because I want to be able to send them to you. So those are my samples here real quick. I mean, very simple, easy cards. You can see how quickly they would go together because you're just really adhering. You're adding some embellishments, maybe some dimensionals, maybe just a little bit of cardstock, but you don't have to. So you will get 6 cards. So basically you're going to be able to make just what I've got here right now. This is 6 cards all together, and I didn't even use all of the little card packs either. So I only used 2 of the big ones. I used 6 of the small ones. So I mean, they go a long way. So I just wanted to share with you that exciting offer that is this week from February 19th to the 25th. So again, your $35 order gets you the card kits, which we're going to do next. Your $50 order gets you the card kits, the adventure card pack I just showed you, celebration item, and the host code this week is THTFACP3, which will be in the description. So earlier I talked about short things, small things. We're going to be talking about shorty small things, right? Last Friday, I shared this really mini fun, I'm calling this a multi-fold mini card. This little just a note, I just wanted to show you, came from the Conversation Bubble stamp set right here. Just a note. And how sweet is that, right? And then on this one, and if you missed that video, you can go back and watch it. I used the Love Ya right here, and I used this little heart conversation piece right here for this card. So this may be something that you hadn't really thought about, this conversation bubbles. This one right here, I just have the hello here, right? And it's right here. I didn't use the dies, I just used the stamp set, but they are very versatile for lots of different things, and I wanted to point that out because sometimes we see things in the catalog and we're like, man, I would never use that. All right, let's talk about our card kits really quickly. So again, these are the card kits you're going to get with your order this week. You're going to be making 2 of this card, 2 of this card, and 2 of this card. And I'm just going to pause really quickly, jump on here. I see Linda and Patty. Hi from the Cape. Oh, okay, good. We are good to go. I just wanted to make sure we're good to go. Perfect. We're going to get our cards made next. Now, as you're getting your card kits in, I want you to remember, you don't have to use anything that I'm using here. This is going to be a beautiful card kit without geese and conversation bubbles. So always in your card kits, you're getting 2 of each. So you're going to have 2 card bases. You're going to get 2 envelopes. Actually scored an extra envelope for myself to make it easy. You're going to get the embossed piece. Now this is embossed with the Leaf 3D. It might be really hard to see, but it is the Leaf 3D embossing folder. And that is actually a carryover from the fall catalog. So if you missed it, here is the actual embossing folder. So it's got leaves that kind of come down at a nice little angle or up, depending on how you're using them, right? So I actually use them this way. My leaves are starting down here and they're coming up this way. And you can see just a peek of them on the card base here. But this is an item that is actually still available, which is really awesome. And I'm really excited about that. So you're going to get some embossed pieces. You're going to get your pool party and your white. I'm just going to dump out some stuff here from my card kit. Make sure I have everything so that we can put this together. So again, your card kits are going to come with your card stock is cut. You've got all kinds of things here to work with, and you're making 2 of each. All right, these are going to be for die cutting, and this one's going to be for stamping. And I had an embossed base right here. We're putting ourselves together, and of course it's gorgeous. It's like a sheer pool party ribbon, really pretty. So you are getting the ribbon. You will not get the little embellishments that I'm using on the cards, but I will send you the ribbon. So you'll have to just substitute in whatever embellishments you like for that, and then we're going to go ahead and start stamping. So for this guy, we're going to be using the Thanks Goose. He is very thankful. And I need my Memento ink, so I'm going to just kind of put myself together here. And we're using the Memento ink. Now, when you use the Memento ink, I want you to remember that sometimes this concaves in the middle. So you want to make sure that you're using the outside edges, the inside edges, like every edge that you can to get a good coverage on your stamp, because if you put a flat stamp on this ink pad and it's not flat, you're not actually getting ink everywhere that you want it. So after we're sure we've got pretty good coverage of ink, we're going to stamp him kind of close to the bottom. And there he goes. Now we're using the Memento ink because this is a water-based ink, and we're actually going to be coloring him in with our oil-based Stampin' Blends. Okay, and we're going to bring in some grass. Now this cute little stamp set actually has a little grassy image right here. And we're going to actually be using that with Old Olive. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the Old Olive. Now, what's really nice about these geese is there's really not a lot of coloring. And that's nice in my book because then it's quick and easy. Again, shortcuts, right? So we've got the little grass down here with our little goose. So cute, right? We're going to be using that, I think, again. All right, let's talk about coloring this guy in. Now, again, this is going to be really easy. I've got some different blends that I'm going to be using tonight. I'm going to be using a daffodil, the light smoky, and pool party for this guy. So for my little goose, of course, I'm leaving him mostly white. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with the light daffodil, and I'm gonna do his leg and foot, both of them. I should say legs and feet. And then I'm gonna take the darker daffodil, and I'm gonna just kind of come across where his little web toes are, and I'm gonna do his beak in the darker color. And I'm doing this from far away, so my coloring may not be the best. I just don't want to show you my gray hairs over the camera while I'm card making today. All right, so I'm going to bring in the light smoky slate. And again, I'm going to use the smaller end because you have much more control with that end. And I'm just going to kind of outline his feathery fingers here. I'm going to come down around his body, around the bottom of his body, up the side a little bit. I'm just going to kind of go along the edges here just so slightly, and it just kind of helps to define, because he is a really white goose, it just helps to give him a little bit of definition by using that slight shadowing color. And then I'm going to bring in the pool party, and we're going to very carefully try to get the sign colored in. And really quickly, just kind of a splash of color here. And I just realized I should be coloring on some kind of a white paper scrap on the background, but I think we should be okay. I'm actually, this is, my countertop here is covered in like a vinyl, something like a shelf liner. So when these bleed through the other side, because they often will, you want to have something protective behind if you're, you don't want to ruin whatever it is that you're working, your work surface. So there we go. That's it for coloring. How quick and easy was that? So fabulous. All right, we're going to do the conversation bubbles now, because of course this could just go on the card like this. He'd be really cute. We don't have to have conversation bubbles, but how fun are the bubbles, right? So this guy is going to be saying wow, and with an exclamation point. So like, wow, thanks, right? So we are using Bermuda Bay here, if I haven't mentioned that yet. This is Bermuda Bay, a nice bright color. I'm trying to keep it kind of more into the springy effect, right? We want to have like some nice colors here. So I'm just going to ink up the wow, and I'm going to put this on a scrap of white. I love how beautifully that stamps. And then we're going to do this nice little exclamation point. And we've got that one there, just like that. Now, of course, if you didn't have the dies, you could fussy cut these. I always recommend when you die cut, you just cut them apart, because we are going to be using 2 different dies. There's so many dies here. So you're just going to line up your wow, your little outline here, your little starburst kind of die. And then there's so many dies here. You're just going to find the 2 that work with this particular, the particular images you've stamped. And then for this one, I actually die cut just a nice big open die, and I'm going to show you what they look like after they're die cut, because I'm not going to actually take the time to die cut them in right here on camera. But when you die cut this one, which is really cool, and this is why I said I had a lot of fun playing, this is actually what comes out of the die cut. So you get this inner piece, and then you get this outline piece, and I have been collecting my outline pieces all day. In fact, if I can squeak them into the camera here, you're going to see that I have a few different colors and a few different outlines, and I'm not using this on my card, but this one could be used on something else later on. So that's kind of awesome, right? Oh, and I already die cut these. So here's wow, and here's our little exclamation point. And I wanted to point out as well that this looks a little bit different than this and this, right? So I actually Oh, you know why it looks so different? I actually die cut Pool Party, and I actually cut paper for Bermuda Bay. That's really why it looks different. There's my super secret. We're gonna go with that. This is going to be we're gonna go with it kind of a thing. So this will be a little bit of a color swap live and in action, and that's sometimes how I work here in the craft room. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I actually have a color swap card made for this card. So if you follow me over on Positive Paper Crafters on Wednesday, I always do color swaps, and I actually have a color swap in entirely different colors, because I made that card first, and that's what I was going to show you tonight, and I was going to offer that in my kits. And then I thought, nope, I am not, no, I'm not feeling that card. We have to change the color. So I actually went with Bermuda Bay and the Pool Party. So when I have my directions, I had totally different things written down, and when I threw my card kits together this evening, I thought I needed Bermuda Bay, and I actually wanted Pool Party there. I'm going to show you a great workaround for this one, because when you die cut it, it's going to give you this white outline, and maybe you don't want a white outline. So just take your dauber and your ink, which is what I'm doing right now, and just go along and get rid of the white. Now you have to be careful about this little exclamation point dot here. So if you go in too far, you're going to actually cover that up as well, and you don't want to do that. So just like that, we have a nice dark all around little image there, instead of having that white ring. So that is that's one of my secrets, right? All right, let's put this together. We're going to actually trim our ribbon a little bit, because we're going to put some of this behind this embossed layer. So you just need to cut enough ribbon to be able to wrap it around the back and secure it. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of tape here. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat, and I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the front, but not a lot. And there's two reasons. First of all, this is a kind of sheer ribbon, and I don't want tape along the whole entire thing. And secondly, my tape runner is almost empty, and I'm really afraid I'm going to run out of tape. So there we go. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put this on here, and then I'm going to go ahead and secure my ribbon in the back by wrapping it around on each side, just like that, right? So here's my ribbon on the front. Now this can come down onto the card base, and we're going to just go ahead and add glue or tape to your embossed piece. Make sure you know which side opens, and then we're going to put on the Bermuda Bay on Bermuda Bay. But it gives us a nice little layering effect, which is great. Next, we're going to add on our Pool Party. This is the right color. We have Pool Party here. But we're going to put this on a little bit of an angle. Let me bring this card back in so you can see where I'm going with this. We're going to put it on a little bit of an angle. And to our little word bubbles here, we're going to adhere the wow onto this one. So it's kind of fun to layer and mix and match those little conversation pieces. Now again, this one's going to look a little bit different. We're going to look and see which one we like better when I get all said and done. Maybe the Bermuda Bay is the right way to go instead of Pool Party. You just never know, right? When you're crafting, accidents happen, and then they're fantastic. All right, so I've got those little word bubbles on over top of my silly goose. And I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive there, and I'm going to angle this one just a little bit too. And that's on there. Now, there are a lot of layers here, so I didn't feel like adding some extra dimensions would be necessary. I'm going to take the rest of my ribbon now here and make a little bow. I'm going to attempt to make a little bow. Wondering if the Monday things are catching up with me here. All right, so we've got our bow. I think I want this one to come out a little bit more. I know you can, buddy. You got lots of string over here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to make a little bow, and we're going to put that on there with some tear and tape, I think would be nice. So just a little bit of tear and tape on the back of this. Maybe I do like the Bermuda Bay bubbles better. You guys have to let me know what you're thinking. I have time. I have time before the kits go out to have Bermuda Bay instead of Pool Party. I haven't written up my card recipe directions yet. Look at how fantastic. Interesting. All right, we need to add a little bit of bling. Like I said, the bling is not coming your way, but we do have to add a little bit of bling because It just makes the card pretty. I'm using the opal rounds for this one. They've got like a little bit of a glossy, shimmery sheen to them, that little effervescent kind of look. Let's see, where do I want to put that one? I kind of want that one to go off the edge. And this one up here, if I can get hold of it, he's going to come up here. There we go. I think we're good here with this one. This is card number 1. So you guys let me know what you're thinking. Ooh, Bermuda Bay or pool party. The Bermuda Bay really pops, doesn't it? So that's the first card in our set tonight. Went together pretty quickly and easily, right? Silly Goose. Oh my goodness. All right, let me just check messages real quick over here. All right. I don't see anything. Okay, just checking to make sure I'm still doing good. Hi, Jess. It's good to see you here. Okay, card number 1, Silly Goose, is done. Let's move on to card number 2. Now this one is really sweet because we're using So Saffron, so it's really springy, right? So again, in your card kit, you're going to get 2 bases. I'm going to separate everything out because we only need to put one together right now. So 2 card bases, 2 envelopes, all of these things. There's a lot of things in here to go with your card kit. I have a base that's already folded, so we're going to set that aside. And we're going to use a little bit of Sahara sand tonight. We've got, this is from the Happy Forest Friends designer series paper, which is really sweet. We've got some deckled rectangles here. We've got something for our little balloon sentiment. There we go. I think I have everything that I need now, so we can start putting this card together. And again, this is a really sweet, simple card. And we're going to actually start with just some layering here. Let's get these layers on so we can get some things out of the way. So to our So Saffron base, we're adding a panel of 4 by 5 1/4. This one is Sahara sand. And then we're going to go ahead and glue down our designer series paper right here, just so you can kind of see the bones of the card, right? So if you weren't making silly geese, this is what you have for your card kit. So you have some really great things here that you can layer these 2 together and make a really nice card. You could put any design in there that you wanted to, but we are goosing it up tonight. So this time we're using Birthday Goose with the birthday balloon, or the party hat. He's a party goose, I guess. We're going to again use this deckled rectangle and some Memento ink, and we're going to stamp our goose. So again, I'm just going to make sure I get a nice image here by going all over my stamp with this ink pad. And he's going to come down here. He's got plenty of room on this. I'm just going to press him down nice and firmly. And there we go. We've got our nice goose image. And once again, we're going to add a little bit of grass in with the old olive. And I did actually stamp off a little bit. Let me grab a scrap paper. Scrap paper. Perfect. I'm going to use this one. All right, so I actually did stamp off the edges a little bit under his foot over here because I felt like he needed more grass to come off the side. So he's got like a full grass that goes along the edges there. So cute. I love it. Let me put that aside. We're going to do a quick little bit of coloring. So again, we're using Daffodil and the Smoky Slate. This is the light Smoky Slate. We're going to color his balloon in Poppy, and we've got some Bermuda Bay because we're making this guy a little bit brighter. Let me bring the sample back in so you can see where we're going. Since I've got the gray, we're going to start there. So again, we're just going to kind of outline his fingers down along his wing, along the bottom of his body a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect lines either. Along his feathers a little bit, along these wings a little bit, and just that little bit of shading, and we're done. And then we're going to start with the light of the daffodil and do his feet. And then we're going to come in with the dark of the daffodil, and we're going to add lines wherever those little black lines are for the webbing, and then we're going to do his beak. I like that all these little geese kind of have the same look on their face. They're really funny. All right, for the hat, we have Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to color the pom-pom a little bit, and then I'm just kind of doing every other stripe here, which I can't see from far away. So he's got like a lot of blue going on there. And then we're going to do the balloon in dark Poppy Now, Poppy Parade, you could definitely, because your blends come in a 2-pack, you get a light and a dark. You could shade this and be really creative with the shading and start with like the light color and add some dark and kind of blend the colors together and get a nice little, a really awesome look. But I like to be fast and quick and simple. And this guy is done. He's already colored. Now we do have to do his little yay word bubble. So again, I'm going to bring in the yay stamp from my little conversation bubbles. You've got a scrap here in your kit to stamp a little yay and then die cut. And basically, if I can find my other kit, we will have everything we need. And if I can't find it, I'm going to be die cutting. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Yes. Okay, good. This is what happens when you die cut this one. You also get an outline and the image that we're going to use, which is really awesome. So you could, in fact, use both if you wanted to. The extra outlines that come when you are die cutting, this one is smooth, but some of them have kind of like a ridged effect. So this one has like little embossing in it, which is really cool. We're going to go ahead and adhere our little silly goose to this So Saffron deckled rectangle. So it kind of is giving us that little matted look. And I did put these on with some dimensionals. So let's see if I can find mine. And we're going to add some in here onto the back of this piece. Now again, this is something, these card kits are very universal. So if you are not interested in the silly geese, you're not interested in the word bubbles, you definitely could use other things. And also, if you do have the word bubbles or get the word bubbles, you can use different, I think they're fun with critters. You could use whatever critters you wanted to. You've got the pigs and you've got the bears, and you've got all kinds of critters that you could get creative with the little sentiments here, the word bubbles. So yay is going to come up here, and I like that because it's die cut, it can kind of come over top of my 2 layers. If you were to stamp directly on, you could do so. You just have to keep in mind where your paper ends. So you're going to get some little twine in your card kits. And I already made a little bow to make it super fast and easy. And if I can find my glue dots, we're in business, because I'm going to put this on here with a little glue dot. And I'm going to just put the little glue dot right here on the end of my balloon. And I'm going to pop this little twine bow here right on there. And if you have the ability to kind of manipulate your bow just a little bit so it's not quite in the goose's face, you can kind of move that around a little bit and try to get that to stick so that it's not quite hitting the goose. But here we go. Yay. How cute and sweet is this card? I love this one. So there is card number 2. So we've got the first 2 done. We're going to move on to the third card. Getting a drink here, excuse me. Man, it's dry in the craft room today. All right, we are going to go on to card number 3. And this one's a lot of fun. This one is, we've got the 2 geese here, and they're saying hello and hi to each other. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're just tuning in, I mentioned earlier that I had the 1-year-old and 3-year-old grandsons this weekend. We were reading a lot of Dr. Seuss, and the hi and hello. I mean, just this reminds me of Dr. Seuss books. I have Dr. Seuss on the brain now, so there you have that. So you're going to get, again, with your card kit, you're getting 2 of the thick white card bases. I have one that I've already scored in half. You're going to get 2 of the Into the Clouds Balmy Blue embossed pieces. You're going to get 2 of these really cute scallop contour dies, and you're going to get some old olive cardstock, and you're going to get some of this really sweet, this is from the Rain or Shine, and that's also really cute. So, you know, you have decisions. It's always hard to decide, like, what do you want to use when you're getting your card kit and you've got the paper that's 2-sided. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's start again with our basic layers. We're just going to go ahead and add down this embossed piece. And I meant to look it up and I kind of ran out of time or forgot. I'm not sure if the Into the Clouds embossing folder is currently a celebration item or not. There's a possibility. I can't remember. I know they added extra celebration items on, and this embossing folder might be one of them, but I cannot remember. So I didn't get a chance to look that up. We're going to go ahead and add our designer series paper here on the bottom, and it's going to go again across the whole bottom here. So we're creating that cute little flowered field, and we've got the sky. And I'm adding in now, of course, when you get your kits at home, if you decide like there's too much going on and you don't want to add in something, you can just take it off. Don't do it. But I like to add in something that goes across the two, just to kind of separate the layers a little bit. I just think that looks really, really nice like that. Now we're going to stamp our goose this way. Now, if you're not stamping geese and you're doing something else, you have the option at home to go something like this instead of something like this. So just think about that as you're putting your card kit together. So again, we're going to be using the geese that they're like fist bumping over here. So we're going to get our memento ink in. We're going to get a nice coating of ink all along this stamp set. I should say not stamp set, the stamp. And these guys will fit on here kind of just right. So their feet and their heads, if you look closely, their feet just hit the bottom stitching and their heads just about hit the top stitching. So they are snugged in here pretty good, but they do fit really nicely, which I think is so awesome, because then we can still see with a smaller scale up die, we can still see a lot of the embossed piece and a lot of the flowers. I didn't want to make this too big, so we couldn't catch all of those great details on the card. So just like our other cards, just like our other geese, we're going to start with the light daffodil here and do their feet and their legs. Again, minimal coloring. And I'm going to bring in the dark and catch those little webs down there at the bottom. And then I'm going to do their beaks up here at the top. Beautiful. Now for this one, I brought in my balmy blue, and I actually did the lines here where they're doing their little fist bump. So I just added a little bit of blue there just for fun. And the last thing we're going to do on our geese is we're going to bring in the light smoky again, and we're just kind of go along their tails a little bit, the bottoms of their wings, the bottoms of their bodies here. Just add a little bit. This just kind of gives us a little bit of a shadow here and makes them not look quite so white or uncolored, because otherwise they look really kind of uncolored. So again, that's just that little bit, and it's done. Done, done, done. I mean, how quick and easy, right? Now we have to do our word bubbles. We have hello and hi. And with those conversation bubbles, there are so many different things that they have bubbled up. And then they have a few sentiments that aren't in bubbles that you can put in bubbles. And it's just really fantastic. So you're going to get a scrap of paper that is meant to be used for your hello and hi, just like that. And again, I would say snip them apart and die cut them. So you're just going to pick out your dies that match. So you're looking for this one, which kind of looks like a little bit of a ghosty image, I think, if you put them up the right way. And then this guy right here is this one. So you're just playing with them, kind of puzzle piecing to see which dies go together. And let me see if I can find the dies that I've already pre-cut out. There they are. Oh, I made a ribbon too. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so here I have my little hi die cut, and here my hello die cut comes out again in 2 pieces. And we're only going to use the 1 piece, but it comes out just like this. And this one has a little bit of decorative edging along the top. They look almost like little bubbles along the top. So I'm going to set that aside and keep that in my extra pile, because those are going on a card this week. And I'm really excited that I continue to play with this all week long. So for our little geese, we're again going to pop these up on some dimensionals here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do the 4 corners first. And I'm going to probably just put one right about here, so 5. And what I'm trying to do on this one is I'm trying to make sure that I have a channel here that is going to work with my raised cardstock over here, and then kind of fit on here. So I'm trying to avoid putting anything along the center here where it's going to come too high up, and that will work out really nicely. And that's just to keep it more even, because when you have a lot of layers on cards, you just have to be mindful of where your dimensions are. So I'm going to go ahead and get this centered on here right about there, just like that. So cute, right? And then their little bubbles are going to come up. And I think I'm going to glue these ones down this time. I think on my original card, I tried to do some dimensionals, but I ran into issues with they're kind of going off of the little scalloped paper, and I was just having a hard time getting them on there unless I put them completely on. All right, we're going to try it. I talked myself into it. I'm just going to try it. We're going to try maybe putting them a little bit closer so that they're on the actual scallop instead of half off and half on, because that just didn't really work really well. They kind of went at an odd angle. Okay, yep, that does work a little bit better. So you can see here on my first card, the bubbles kind of came way up and off the scallop piece, and I just had a really hard time getting them to get the dimensionals to work properly. And when I put them here on top of the scallop piece, it actually went really nicely. So I'm going to recommend that, but of course you always get the option to play with your card kits and see what works best for you. Now I did make a little bow earlier with the white ribbon that I'm going to send you. So you are going to get this white ribbon, and it's going to come in here. I just want to see if I want to adjust it at all before I stick a little piece of tear and tape on the back of that, and then do my best to peel it back off because I want to make sure this sticks right about here onto my card. And of course we need to do a little trimming because I give out some nice long ribbons. Maybe we'll trim some more. We're going to keep trimming. Oh, and I put some little gems on this guy too. So let's see if I can't find my little gems. Now, I'm not sending the gems in your card kits. You are going to get the twine and the ribbons, but the gems and the embellishments, you will be using your own. You'll substitute in whatever you have that you like. Makes it nice and easy. Oh, we're going to use this piece right here. We're going to use this and put a couple of them down this way. Oh, that's so awesome. I think I like my second card better. Isn't that great? So there is a look again. We'll take one more quick peek at these beautiful card kits tonight. So this was card number 3, card number 2. How fun are these little geese? I just think they're so cute. And then card number 1, and I am still debating which one I like better here, the pool party or the Bermuda. I'm going to read comments through later and see what you guys are thinking for what you like best. So you will be getting your card kits. You're going to be making 2 of each. So this is what you're going to make. And then of course, earlier on, I did describe the amazing offer. You're going to actually get 6 more cards, card bases, envelopes, memories and more card pack. Patty says I make them look easy. Patty, you're going to come and practice with me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Rhonda loves the word bubble dies and sentiments. Jess loves the blue pool party. Oh, thanks, Linda. Pool party. All right, cool. Thank you guys. Just checking to see. Love the. I know blues are so awesome. I went with quite a bit of blue this week too, because I just feel like it's kind of the transition here from the winter into spring, right? We've got some springy colors here. So that is our card class for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me and checking out Silly Geese and Word Bubbles. They are definitely interesting. I really wanted to focus with the word bubbles, the conversation bubbles with critters that would be saying words, right? But there's more things that say words besides critters. So of course I'm going to be doing some color swapping. I'm going to be doing some bonus cards all week. So just make sure you're checking out Positive Paper Crafters and the Main Stamper Facebook page here to check out them. I will be putting some out on my blog as well. There's going to be lots more coming this week. If you guys have any questions on either of these products, let me know. And I would love, again, to know your thoughts on this card class this week. Something a little different for sure. Not everyone's cup of tea, but every now and again you need something a little silly. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for spending time with me tonight, and I will see you next week for another card class. Now remember, this is the week I'm focusing on shortcuts, all things short and sweet as we round out the month of February, the shortest month of the year, right? So we're going to be talking about short things all week long. All right, I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.